Well, good afternoon. And this is, well, I said afternoon, it's really still morning here on the East Coast, but it always takes me a little bit to get these posted. So happy Black Friday to those that are out there doing crazy shopping or whatever. And if you're like me, you're going to stay home and do it online. And so that is the fantastic thing about our internets anymore, and things we learned during the pandemic, that there's not always something you have to go out for, or you can go at another day when it's not crazy. So anyway, this is Connie Skaggs, and I am from Ladson, South Carolina, which is right outside of Charleston. And I am a Creative Memories Independent Advisor. And I wanted to do a YouTube video today showing you a technique that one of my people, our clients, had saw, and they said, would you please show us how to do that? And so I'm going to show you a demo today. And so we'll do it. It's just a simple cut and some things, but you know, it's a very versatile page. And I picked some Christmas paper, and I probably should have picked something from a fall, because that would have been perfect for my Thanksgiving page from yesterday. Meeting with family and pictures that I have there. And so I might still do one of those just so I can show it to you in some different, papers. But anyway, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do not have a Creative Memory Advisor, you can go to my website, and I always put that in our description and so for the video. If you would like to have Creative Memories products, they are very good. And a lot of times, even people that don't scrapbook, but you may be a card maker, you may be a crafter, a paper crafter, and some of our tools are excellent. And so I'm actually going to use a couple of those today, and we'll show you those. So hopefully you will enjoy this. And of course, if you don't have, and if you wanted to possibly start a business and earn some extra income, Creative Memories has a very lucrative profit margin for you, and so that's another option. So but like I say, you can be sure to contact me. My YouTube channel is Connie Skaggs, and so you can message me there, and I will message you back. I appreciate it very much. And so let me change my camera, and so I'm going to show you what I'm going to be working with, and then I'll show you the demo. And so they'll come back to here in a few minutes, and hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving and enjoyed some food with some family or friends. And so anyway, all right, I've got one of our paper packs from our tonal paper. This is a little $5 pack that we have available online, and so it's got 6 different sheets, and they're two-sided. The main thing that you need for this video is to have a paper that's two-sided, that you like both sides. And so I've chosen this one here. And so we're going to need 1 piece of designer paper. We're going to need 1 piece of cardstock that matches, because that's what I'm going to cut my mats from. And then I need 2 base pages or papers that you would have, and I'm going to use white for that. I'm also using our Totally Tonal border stickers. Now you may think, well, I don't really need extra border stickers. Well, let me show you something that's really great about these. And we put something like this out every quarter, and they usually do it in more than 1 line. There's 2 or 3 lines, like we've got right now. We've got Totally Tonal Fall, we've got Totally Tonal Christmas, and Totally Tonal Winter. And each one of these, they're all borders, and there's 2 of each kind. And so you have 9 different ones. Now I've already used these 2 on the other little demo I did of the borders. And so, it had word saying. So today I think I'm going to be using this one, the little zigzag with red, because I think it'll go good with this paper and stuff. So anyway, and so you got 2 of each one of those. And so that's just a fantastic way to use these. So let me show you, and then I'll show you the cuts. But here are 2 that I did, and it makes the exact same page. And of course, this friend was asking about doing the cuts here, And so that was the one thing, was how to do that. And that's the only tricky part about it. And so anyway, I'm going to be showing you this. And one thing about our pages, and this is like taking one and you're making a 2-page spread. And this one, I just have it to mirror each side. So I've got places for portrait. I've got places for landscape. I've got places where I can even cut out a picture and, you know, have a little interest with the oval shape. Okay, so one of the things about these, even though they're just alike this way, well, what if I turned it this way? And seeing that just gives a different look. I could have one at the top and one of the V's at the bottom. It doesn't look bad either. And so I could even turn it this way to where that one. So, and I haven't turned this one at all. But what if I turn this one to this way? And this almost looks like a kind of a curtain area. But what if I put these out to the side and just had this as your center? And then this does look like curtains on each side. And it's unfolding and showing a fantastic layout. So this is the thing that I like about something that's very simple, something that's got a little tricky cut to it. But this is a formula. You can use this for any designer paper. It's got 2 sides. And, you know, if your paper didn't have 2 sides, and these so match with all of our products. And so I'm just going to show you how to do these. And so this is just a really great simple cut. But remember the formula. If you want to write down the formula, this is the one thing. We're going to take one piece of designer paper, one piece of cardstock to make mats, and then I used a navy on this one for my background. And so like today I'm going to use a white. But we will cut 2 1/4 inch. We'll cut 2 4-inch strips first. We're going to face those and cut them corner to corner. And then we're going to, with the pieces left, we need to cut 2 1/4 inch, 2 1/2 inch, and 2 1 inch. Now you'll have a 1/2 inch strip left. And if you wanted that, you could even, you know, do a little piece of it here or here someplace, you know, to just add some interest to the page. So I just, you know, I tried it with a 1/2 inch here. It just looked a little bit bold. This could probably be 1 1/4 inch, but then that's going to take up the whole page. And sometimes a 1/2 inch looks too skinny on a 1 1/4 inch strip. So I still think that's the best cuts on that, but that's the formula. So let's get started. So I'm just pull these aside because the first thing we're going to do is cut our paper. And really, this is just a plaid, and it's a plaid on the other side, kind of a neutral plaid. So it really doesn't have any basic directional to it. So that would be the one thing. I'm not sure that it matters on this one at all. So, because it's this one's pretty straightforward. So we're going to cut 2 4-inch strips. And so we've got those 2 set aside. Now out of this piece here, I'm going to cut 2 1/4 inch. And remember, 1/4 inch is to our end of our gray mat. And this is the gray mat. And of course, we're cutting here and then going to the gray mat. That is a 1/4 inch. We're just going to set this aside. We'll do another one. And we're going to do 2 1/2 inch ones. And the 1/2 inch is this very first line to this side of the trimmer. The only reason I go to this side is because if I went this way and do my 1/2 inch here, it's hard for this to get held. I like to hold it still with my finger, you know, my hand too, if I have enough paper. And so we're going to do 2 1/2 inch strips. And then the 1 inch, coming to this side is this darker line here, and it's got the 1 at the top. So if I do that, I need a 1 inch and I need one more. And this one you could go either way, because see, you could also do the 1 inch here that is on this side is the first bold line there. I think I won't do that. And the only reason I turned it around is because I want this side to match the other side. And so it gives me just a tiny bit to hold on to. And like I said, you'll have this 1/2 inch piece left over, and you can just set that aside, because you might want to use that as an accent someplace. You might want to take part of it, make a title or something, you know. And so now what we do with these 2 4-inch pieces, we're going to face them together. And we're going to cut from one tip to the other tip. And on this one, it doesn't matter which one you do, whether you do the top or you do this other one, because you will place them where you need to on your paper and it'll be fine. Now, this is too long usually for our trimmer. And so I've got to line up with this little first dots on this line. Of course, it takes a little bit to get this all lined up. Just because, I mean, the line goes up longer down at the bottom and stuff, but you'll have to flip a little bit. Now, the one thing that you can remember before you go to cut, this housing just moves. There is a little plastic piece up here, and there's a little plastic piece at the bottom too. It kind of houses in. But see, there is this little bitty dark, and I want you to see this. This little bitty black line. That is exactly where your blade's going to cut. And you want to be sure that it lines up with this line at the top where you've got your little dots. So you want to be sure it's going to be right at the corner. And that's where, and then you want to do it down at the bottom, same way. So it is lining up with where it's going to cut. And then I just go down here at the bottom and I'm going to go to the top as close as I can. And I think I just got a little bit at the bottom that I need to snip. And so, of course, this one is a great way to use our little micro tip scissors. And so we just have to snip this little piece right here. And this little piece here. All right. So now at this point, we're done with our trimmer for this for this part anyway. And so now we're going to kind of put these together and see how we. Okay, of course, I've got my 2 13-inch mats that I've got attached together with duct tape on the back of it. And so I'm going to lay those out. And the reason I kind of do them on both sides is because I want to match up some things in a minute. Now, what you want to do is you've got 2 pieces. And so I'm going to lay one to one side and one to the other side. Then we're going to come back with this angle and this angle. And so that's all you do. That is pretty much how, this is the hardest cut on this entire page. So go ahead and we're going to attach these down. Now I'm just going to barely put these down because I might talk about them later. And so just going to put a little bit of the repositional tape there because I would really do it good to the point and be sure that I have my points done. So just kind of looking at them like that. And then these down here, we're going to do the same. But we want to put this up just maybe a 1/4 inch, a little bit from the bottom. So we'll end up doing it kind of like that. And then we want to do the 1/2 inch ones, turn them over on the opposite side so we can have some extra interest there. Actually, on my other one, I have this one, this side, and then this on top. But I think I like it the other way. So, you know, this is where you can play with the two sides, whichever way you want and stuff. So, you know, I like that. And I know it's just showing a little bit of that other, but let's go ahead and put this piece this way, maybe. I know it doesn't show up really bright, and that's okay. You know, and this is another one where you can even do it on the same side, but we're just going to go up about a 1/4 inch from the edge of that. And so, maybe we should do that. Let's just mess around with it a little bit. And see, this is the one thing about the designer paper. It's kind of neat. Because then you can just decide which way you want it to go. I don't know, you all have to write in the comments which way you like it, you know. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and do it similar to what I did the other one. It just don't show up really good on this white pages, this tan kind of. But I kind of looked at that because I wanted to use this as my mats. And I'm gonna show you a tip on that. Now, what I would do is you take these, and I will post maybe, I don't know, it's hard for me to just post a picture later and stuff. But anyway, I would take this. What you do is take one of the strips, you cut it in half. You do it halfway up and halfway down. And it's going to have a little tiny gap there, which if you'll remember on this one, I ended up just punching a few little from our embossed hexagon punch that we have. Well, there's a couple punches that we still have that's out. And this one is called Your Bells and Bow. And I have, you know, scrap paper of the red. And so I'm just going to punch a couple of those. Just do them up here. So. And see, and then because you're doing a 12-inch piece of sticker on an angle, it's not going to quite meet. So you don't have it quite to the point. Let me show you on the other page. See, I didn't start right at the very edge. I come in just maybe 1/8 of an inch on each side. It does meet up here in the one, but it had a little bit of a spot. And so you can, all you need to do is, okay, so once I have my sticker up there, see, I'll place this in the middle and I will put that on a little foam square and pop that up. And so that'll be perfect for it. And then, you know, I'm going to have this on both sides. And so this is a punch that is still available. And so it's perfect for, I mean, you can use this for weddings. You use our bronze or our silver platinum. Looks gorgeous for wedding pictures and things, but then, or anniversary. And so then you use it here with the red on it for Christmas. We also still have our holly available. And so, and this one's pretty easy, you know, punch. And so, I might put more than one, but you know, that works too. So, you know, and that would be easy to have one of these down on your page someplace else. You'd have a little cluster down here or something, you know. So those are some added on items that you can do. So you can just see how this would be very simple to add on, but I want to show you how to cut out and of course I've got to move this very carefully because I don't have this all glued down, but we're going to cut our mats. And on this one, okay, you can see I have two 4x6s, and then I have an oval. And so these we cut two 4-inch strips. And then we turn these and cut them at 6 inches. And I know your pictures are 4x6, and you would have to trim just a little bit off of them, but you only have to trim a 1/4 inch off each side, and it still gives you about an 1/8 inch around your picture, and you've actually saved on your paper. Now this piece here, this is our second to the smallest oval. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it with our blue blade, which gives us the largest outside. Then what you cut your picture with is with the red blade. And then that would give you a nice edge. But you could also cut a white piece with the green blade if you wanted to, and then your picture with the red blade, and you would have it stacked. And so this is a way to use our, custom cutting system. And so you have to have these little notches has to go inside our little tray here that holds those. And so when you're cutting around this, it's just, I always make sure I'm cutting the outside first, or moving it so I can be sure that I've got all the way through it. And so then I'm going to cut this other piece. So just kind of centered it here. Move it down a little bit. And so you see that all moves. And so there I've got my mats. And so that's out of one piece of cardstock. So I think that's what I wanted to be sure to show you is what this would look like with the red cardstock. And some papers are more dramatic on their opposite sides. I just kept trying to think of, what paper would look good. I mean, the red would have looked good as your background, and I could have done white as your, or the beige, the new beige cardstock. That would have worked very good because it's very close to the color of this. So that would have worked well. So then we've got where we would, we can add these, and we've done that one right off the top of that. And this kind of up toward, and this one was over here. Like I say, just, however, you could even overlap that at the top if you wanted to over your sticker, So just kind of looking at these again and seeing how you would do those. And that's pretty festive looking there. So hopefully, like I say, you've got this little 1/2-inch piece. Might look good on the little end of this here or something, So, one side, the other side. So anyways, a couple different options there. So remember, at our custom cutting system, we always have these patterns. There's 4 on the ovals. We have 4 different sizes on this. And I believe these come at $16 for a set. Our mats are $15 a piece. Our blades are $7.50 a piece. So those are just some things. This is one of our punches. These are $24.50. $24.50 for your bells and bows. So just kind of giving you some ideas. And so hopefully, and of course, our microtip scissors, a must. And these are $10. Yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this today. And so I'm thinking, man, I really wanted to get this down. Okay, so let's take one of these so that you can kind of see what it'll look like without me sticking it down. I don't want to stick it down, but I think that's going to look cute. So anyway, hopefully you will enjoy that. And it's like I say, the cuts are not hard. It just looks hard. And so hopefully you enjoyed this, as an option today at my YouTube channel. And so hopefully you just contact me anytime. You can also go to my website if you see something that you want to purchase. I appreciate it very much. And so like me on my YouTube channel, and I will try to get back with you as soon as I can. All right. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is Connie Skaggs, an independent advisor for Creative Memories, scrapbooking projects, products. And so we appreciate you viewing my video today. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.